welcome back. This is Let's Talk It Out, and clearly I'm Francesca, and clearly she's Lisa, not him. We're gonna tell about him soon. So welcome back. We are very happy to be here again in this beautiful studio. So thank you. I really want to thank Emil Vidmar for allowing us to shoot in this amazing space. And we actually have also someone new to thank.
Yes!
Thank you.
We've got a new sponsor.
Really?
Yes, we've got a new. It's all about you. It's all about. That's why we got the sponsor.
Oh, okay.
You have to come back.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I'm here. I'll be back.
You are?
This place is beautiful. I'll be back.
So, so we have the newest sponsor to thank so much, and that's Paul's Pretzel.
Oh my God, I love pretzel.
I love pretzels too.
And they're authentic and they're handmade, no preservatives, guys.
Oh
Where?
my God,
I saw the
let's
website.
go there.
Where is it? Only online or? Is
Oh
there a
no!
location?
You can order online. That's a good question.
Right. Thank you.
Yeah. So you can order online, but they are located at 1001 Rue Émile Bouchard in Vaudreuil. So not far at all, guys. And I saw the website; they look so good.
Is the
Now you
tunnel
made me really
blocking?
hungry now.
At all.
Okay, good.
But we can get through if there's anything that's blocking.
Bixie.
I mean,
Sure.
when you're hungry and you want a pretzel,
You will bicycle the hell out of it.
You Bixie there.
I will
Bixie.
Bixie there for that pretzel.
So you can also write to Paul online. It's info@paulpretzel.ca, and that will appear somewhere here.
I will be
Okay, Vanny.
emailing right away.
And there's also a website, so you guys want to see the countless pretzels and the menu that they have, and it's so delish, guys. Because I thought I was like watering at the mouth. Does that make sense? I was drooling.
Watering out of the mouth.
I don't know. Just think about pretzels. Nothing makes sense.
I was
just want pretzels.
saliving. Can you say saliving?
Salivating.
Salivating.
Salivating. It's a new word. Saliving. Sure.
I'm creating from
When you're
translating
that
that from
Excited about
Italian.
pretzels.
Exactly.
Saliving.
I'm really excited to have Nutella, guys. Anyway, it's like, okay. So
Okay.
it's at www.
How many W?
paulpretzel.ca.
www.
Well, there's 3 W's.
Viva. Yoo-hoo.
I want a pretzel, Paul. I really do want one.
We all want a pretzel,
I
so
love it.
can we pretzel them here?
Paul's pretzels. We want them.
Yes, we do.
There's your commercial right there.
No, but actually, you just go to the website because I was drooling. Okay, now I'm so
Like you said that.
totally
There's the
drooling.
next step, the next level of
There's a next level,
watering,
there's like-
salivating.
Yeah,
and,
there's the drippage and there's the droolage. That was like drooling.
And our
like
next
those
guest is
big
Paul.
dogs.
He's coming. Come right in, Paul.
So yes, no, honestly, I thank you so much, Paul, because I mean, we really appreciate it. Honestly, as a sponsor, we really appreciate it. Thank you so much. We also have our infamous, our recurring, our ever super nettoyage Diamant.
Yes, the best. They can clean everything.
Yeah.
I have a mess at home.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You have to call Anthony.
Okay. Anthony?
Anthony's his name.
Anthony
Done.
Paterno.
So Paul's pretzels and then
Anthony cleans up
to
the
clean
mess.
the mess.
He cleans up the mess.
Got it.
Anthony is his name and nettoyage Diamant is his game.
Wow.
Come on,
Yeah.
man.
This is created right now, as you can
Segue.
feel it.
From drooling at the mouth to it's his game. She's
And they
got it
have
going.
mops
On
and they
fire.
can pick it up.
Guys, this is already crazy by you nuances.
And we're still at the sponsors. So,
Can you imagine after?
So Anthony, 514-686-1581, info@nettoyagediamant.com. Now we're done with sponsors.
Well done.
But thank you guys
Well
so
done.
much.
So
Oh my God, you're
sexy,
awesome.
with this .com, like .com.
www.
No, it's the best. It's .org.
Oh yes,
Or.
or
.edu.
Edu.
we have .ita. No, it, Italia,
right?
Italia, yeah,
Dot
it,
it.
It. Dot it.
.ita. Yeah.
Okay, let's talk
Like,
stop.
let's talk it out
Let's
now.
talk it out.
Let's talk it out. We've been talking it out a lot.
Let me tell you, I'm excited
about
for this
pretzels.
one. I'm excited for this one, guys.
Me too.
Oh my God, and we are only drinking water. By the
We
way.
are drinking
You
water.
are drinking water, yeah. I'm
This
not.
is Naya.
Sponsored soon. By
E non ho
Naya.
detto gioia, ho detto noia.
Plugging you. We're plugging you. I'm gonna. Wait, never mind. I'm not gonna drool. It's gonna come out of my nose. gonna keep it like right here.
Considering we were talking about porn a little while ago, I mean, this
Yeah,
conversation...
exactly.
Comes
That-
out of your nose.
No, academic conversation.
Yes.
Oh,
That's
yes,
it.
that's right. It was-
About
It's very
porn.
big.
About porn.
Apparently,
Yeah.
it was very big.
all I heard, I was
It
setting
was
up...
really big room.
What
where
was big?
The room.
The
auditorium.
Oh, the auditorium. What? Well, you get a good grade, right?
Let's talk about
Isn't
it.
it that is, yeah.
Okay, on to our guest, guys.
Sizing. About sizing. Let's talk about it.
I think he just introduced himself.
Yes, I did.
So I have the pleasure.
You have the pleasure.
Nice one. Well
I
done.
do.
The pleasure.
Pleasure. Nice segue. Okay, so I really do have the pleasure. I've known Nur for how long? Exactly. But that's not
over
years.
10, over 10 years.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
wow. I didn't know.
Yeah.
That's
And,
awesome.
I'm so glad you're here.
I'm happy to be here. Thank you,
You know-
for having me.
But you know what's great? You didn't need a day. Not a day.
Oh, stop it. Stop it. Stop it. You haven't seen Under the Cap, but stop it.
But
I appreciate
Nur is absolutely awesome. He's talented.
Oh.
He's outspoken in a very positive way. You just really want to get to know Nur.
Do
And
you?
I know you already too. I just want to know him. So I'm gonna present to him properly. Nur Guzinski. Near.
10 years later.
Near.
Finally, the real name, age.
He's near, not
Yes.
far. He's near.
Near everybody.
Guzinski. You see, it goes with the platform.
It does.
So near,
Again,
likes
I'm not
pretzels.
watching my
Is an actor, writer, director, and producer. Now, I did some research on you. It's been 10 years,
Yeah.
but I've gone and dug. Okay.
Oh, God.
Just to,
And you are the founder of Nearly Funny Productions.
Yes.
Creator of Monday Motivators,
Yes.
which is an artist motivation series.
It's been a while, yes.
Yes,
That's
and you're
so
going to have
cool.
to tell us
I
a
will
bit about
tell you all
that.
about it. We are on a little bit of a hiatus on that project, but I will
Okay.
get back into it. But I'll talk. You want me to talk about it right now, or keep it for
Whatever pleases you, Near.
The pleasure is all mine. Monday Motivator started. I'm gonna say about 6 or 5 years ago, or maybe even later. But I was doing my sketch comedy videos, and I've been acting since I was 13. But I was struggling to find motivation every day to keep doing, the game, to play the game, to act, to do the workshops, to take classes, to just keep working and trying to make it in this industry as best I could. And it was hard because there's ups and downs. Montreal's cyclical. It's not an easy journey. And so I was wondering if other people were going through the same thing and other artists were. So I started with my actor friends, and I would interview them and ask them 3 questions. At first, it was, what motivates you to keep going? What inspired you to do what you do? And then any words of wisdom that you can impart. And then I kind of continued it with different artists as well, from like painters to dancers to other creators. And it was a project that started for myself, but I think then I realized that it could help others, because I was like, oh, I'm not alone in going through all this. Everybody's thinking like this. And even people that I thought are at the top of their game also still have
They
doubts
struggle.
and moments. And
Yeah.
so that's Monday Motivations. I would post it on Mondays, as it was Monday Motivation, because Mondays are hard.
oh my God, the Monday blues, no?
Exactly.
Oh.
Unless you're Gary
We love it.
Vaynerchuk, who loves Mondays. We all are like, oh, it's tough. Mondays
Sunday,
are tough.
Monday's so terrible.
Right?
I'm
Sunday
the
night.
Garfield for Monday.
On the ledge.
I like the lasagna, but I hate the Mondays.
Because you eat lasagna on Mondays?
No, I eat lasagna, but I hate Mondays.
Okay, I
She
don't
eats
see
it
the
on Sunday night.
connection, but yeah.
I eat it on Sunday. Well,
Sunday night,
At
then you get
lunch.
tired.
At lunch.
At lunch, you know.
No, in Italia, al lunch, you do the pranzo della domenica.
That's
Yeah, the lunch of Sunday lunch.
how late.
But it starts at 2, yeah. And it ends at dinner after.
That's whatever
ends
you want it
after-
then.
Yeah, because
ends
you
at
just
night.
stay sit at your table and just you keep continue eating, drinking, talking, eating, drinking, talking. The past also smoking cigarettes, blah blah blah, talking blah. Then you that, and then Monday.
Is this
arrives.
Sunday? So this
Yes.
is always Sundays?
Yes.
Wow, that's a long Sunday.
It's a very intense
Yeah,
for
that
you
is.
got the two.
Yeah. And I can understand why the Monday is difficult.
The liver
You're like,
after on Monday, the liver look at you and said, yeah, okay, well, you know what? what? I'm gonna take a vacation. I'll see you next Sunday. You know, right?
Take the week off. Done.
Sorry, I don't know you, but I feel like this is not my place anymore.
We drive fear into people.
Yeah.
Fear.
Yeah.
So, Nir,
Yes.
tell us, who is Nir?
I don't know. Near.
When I was 5.
When I was 3 years old, I am a actor, creator, producer. You already named most of the things. I am also a marketer. I grew up in Montreal in French school, English school, went to university at McGill, graduated in management and psychology. So I kind of had I kind of love psychology. I love the whole mind and people's personalities and how the brain works and why people do what they do. And I think
Isn't it the most?
it is the most.
It is the most.
And that's
I got my degree
it
in
is
that.
that. See, but it's like it's what drove me also as an actor, because it's like you want to know how you impact others and how others impact you, and it's just I think it ties well together to the acting profession as well as like the academic profession as well as my marketing side, because it's the creative of how do you impact other people in either a good or a bad way, but I choose the good way. But it's just an interesting. You never know. Some people don't take it that way. But yeah, and I started acting when I was about 12 years old. My parents put me into an agency, and I started auditioning. I was terrified. I was a tiny little kid. I was like 4'8". As in high school, I was tiny. First couple years of high school, not all of high school. Then I kind of had my growth spurt, but I was super shy, super like self-conscious. So I kind of faded out of acting around, I'd say 16, 17. I stopped acting, and I was playing soccer also as a kid, football for the real fans. And then football, and then when this is a funny story because when I turned 18, I watched 10 Things I Hate About You.
Oh my God, that's such a funny movie. I like it though.
And I fell in love with Julia Stiles. I'm going to back up a little bit. I also fell in love with Kristen Crook on Edgemont, which was the girl from Smallville, because I also watched that and I was like, oh, she's beautiful and so talented. But Julia Stiles made me want to go back into acting. So I Googled her and I searched her, like, her career. And she started out as this young girl that wanted to be in theater, and she sent letters and went in person to some theaters and wanted to be in a play, and she got a break, got an audition, and then became a Broadway star in a sense, and then started a career. So
I didn't know all of that. I thought she was also a dancer too. No, she's a dancer.
Possibly, because she did do after that
a couple of movies when she's dancing.
Yes, the other amazing movie, which was Save the Last Dance.
Yeah, it was so nice.
Which another one I loved.
That was good. She was good in that.
And so I basically, from that day, said I wanted to go back into acting. And so I submitted myself to agents, but then I was told that I was 18 and no longer a kid. So it's not natural talent anymore. You need experience. And I had none. So I started taking acting classes a lot more. And I applied to all these like short films, school productions. And and then just kept going from there. And if we want to talk about my social media stuff, that started about 8 years ago. I went through a breakup and then was like sitting on the couch, didn't know where my career was going in acting because Montreal is very cyclical and I wasn't getting many auditions. And so I was like, okay, well, I got to stay active. I got to keep, channeling my creativity, and I can't just sit around and wait for auditions. And so I started going on Vine, and I saw this all of a sudden this app Vine where these like people were creating these 6 seconds videos that were like hilarious.
That was cool, yeah.
But it was also just these random little like 6 second videos. And I watched that and I was like, well, if they can do that and they're not actors, what if actors did this? And so I started creating Vines, but I was also terrified at first because as I was starting out, back into the acting world, and I didn't want to feel like social media, what I was doing there was not, that didn't work for the acting community. Because one of the things that, if you remember, you had like theater back in the day that looked down at film, and then film looked down at TV. And then all of a sudden streaming started, and streaming became such a big thing. So now
Now
everybody moved
everything
to
is
stream.
rewind also.
Yeah.
Most theater actors or film movie actors goes to series.
Yeah.
Series, the level of TV actually rose up a
Exactly.
lot.
And so everybody's now in that, but now social media is the pariah.
Yes.
So now if you're a
Yeah.
social media star, you're just a social media star, you're not a real actor. And so that was my stigma. I was worried that doing Vine would get me kind of put in that bucket. So what I started with was a Mickey Mouse doll that I had, and I put the Mickey in front of the camera, and I just did the, oh boy, this is exciting. And I made Mickey videos, but kind of raunchy. So it was like Mickey having a first date, and he was like, oh God, I guess I need to wear a condom, and stuff like that.
Oh my God.
But all these like weird things, and I put that out, and I was worried that, you know, like
The reception.
the reception of it, and it kind of did okay on Vine. And then slowly, after doing it more often, I started infusing myself in the video. And then I did a video on meditation, and that kind of did well. And so I started sharing it on Facebook at the time, worried again that how the response, but the response ended up being decent. And so I kept putting myself in the situation. And then one of the characters back then was the French Canadian therapist.
Yeah.
And one of my first one was me asking myself, being like, what is on your mind? Can you give, like, my character was like, can you, what do you think? And then my character was like, oh, well, can you put your 2 cents? Like, put in your 2 cents. And then my character was like, go ahead and puts in for 2 cents? What kind? And then so that kind of like, it was all these
So
kinds
funny.
of random
So
stuff.
funny, guys. That, by the way, yeah. Check him out. At the end, we're gonna he's gonna tell us
plug all of that.
where you can find him. But
And so yeah, so then I started with putting myself slowly in that, and then I started thinking, what not? Like my first initial thought is, what if actors were in these videos on social media? So I started calling some of my actor friends and started creating sketches with them in it. And so I did like hundreds for about 5 years. It was sketches with other actors, and there was no thread. It was just random videos that I would write, and they would come in and do their parts, and it was great. And then COVID hit,
that was,
That's the bummer.
my God,
and
everything changed.
It did, for good and bad. Like I was saying earlier, like COVID was a tough thing for a lot of people, and even for myself, living alone, like not being able to see family and friends. My biggest, like, it was really hard, but on the positive side, I channeled it into my videos.
Yeah.
So I had these 3 characters. I had my regular self, I had the French Canadian character, and I had a Russian Latvian character, Oleg.
Like, who does the Russian Latvian?
so
That's
crazy.
creative.
Initially he was basically just rating TV shows. So he would watch a TV show and rate it like on 5 Kremlins. He was like, this is 1 Kremlin out of 5. And so then I had him and the other 2 in COVID days.
Yeah.
And that's how it all started. And then some videos like blew up online, and it went from there. And now I'm stuck with these 2 characters in my head, and they won't leave.
Oh,
Again,
they become the
be
other
there-
yous.
Oh yeah.
It's a good thing you study psychology.
I need one. I need a therapist.
I have a question because you said you started very, very young. So
Yes.
probably as a kid, you have expectations and idea of being an actor.
Yes.
So what is the thing or the things that mainly changes, like reality check with what it means to be an actor today, with what you dreamt about?
I think when I remember being 13 years old, and I was cast as a stand-in, which is literally the replacement to a lead actor while they're off camera, and you need to take make sure that the camera's set up properly and everything. So you were there in their place as a stand-in. And I was 13, and all I did was sit down for 3 days, run maybe twice in 3 days, and eat craft the entire time, like all this amazing craft food. And that's what initially my thought was like, ooh, being an actor, I would sit down and have dessert and chocolates all day long. It's hilarious. It's so fun. But I think for me, growing up, I always wanted to be, to be able to entertain and be somebody that people can just enjoy the performance and feel something from them. As a kid, it was more to just be goofy.
Okay.
And as I grew up, funny enough, I'm pretty goofy now, But like now I see acting much more as a craft, as like an actual art form where you have to work and you have to, you can't just, you know, sit back and say, well, I'm an actor and I can just do it. You have to continuously learn like anything else. Whereas a kid, I think you go, ooh, I'm just gonna be in front of the camera and do these things. And you hope that things will develop and you'll become an actor.
Okay.
So I think now it's a lot more work than I thought. And it's a lot more ups and downs. Like there's a lot more of a journey that it's not like you think the 1% of the Leonardo DiCaprios of this world that have the life. As a kid, you see that and you're just like, oh my God, that's an amazing, I get to work the red carpets and all this thing. That it's not necessarily the reality of the 99% of us.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, you have that idea, right? You see the Oscars and it's one day I'm going to be there, but you envision it. That's not the reality, right? To get there takes the work.
Yep.
You know how it is, the voice classes.
Oh,
oh my God,
every
those are the
single
worst.
class you can do.
Yeah,
Like there's
you
so
won.
much.
Right? You're
Oh,
walking
yeah.
around with a group of people. You're like, oh my God, I sound so weird, you know? And everybody's making that sound at the same time. It's like, oh my God.
I remember the first time I had somebody do a vocal training, and it was very jarring because I wasn't a theater kid, so to me theater was new. So we all were in a circle and we're all doing like la 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 ba 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 ba, and I was just like, what is happening? We sound like a cult. But it actually is such a great I need more of it right now because it's draining on your voice when you do it on a regular basis. So it's I think you need to find the right way to hone your instrument.
Now, as an actor, okay, yeah.
I like when people start like, as an actor, what do you think about cheese?
I didn't cut it, I swear.
That was actually really good. See, that's what it is, the spontaneity. When you're an actor, it just comes. So, as an actor, you're auditioning for a role.
Yes.
You're given the role.
What?
Yeah.
That doesn't happen
You
very
didn't
often.
even do anything.
Oh my God! I got it.
You got it. So when you're preparing,
Yes.
depending on the role, what are the steps that you take? What is your approach?
Oh, to when I booked the role or before for the audition?
Both.
Both. Okay, for the audition, I pray. Please let me audition. No, for the audition, I think it's looking over the lines, reading it a couple of times, a lot of times, understanding the story behind it, and then I look at the character and what I can infuse in the character and how I can relate to that character and the scenario. And then it's just, I had a really hard time starting out in acting to understand that memorizing is not the way to go. You have to understand everything around it and build, the backstory and what your character's about. But I was very hard on myself because I went through workshops and then theater. And in theater, it's like you got to know your lines. And so it was very tough for me to break that because I was like, I need to know my lines. So every time I would mess up, I would get in my head. And it's a hard thing to break sometimes. But it depends on the roles too, because a lot of times we get in Montreal, depending if you're lucky or if you're starting out or what level you're in, you get smaller parts, right? You get like one-liners, two-liners. So it's hard to make a whole backstory. It's literally, you just have to understand what the scenario is and how do you add value to the scene and to the other character, and especially to the main characters. So that's kind of my preparation. I look at the script, I think about it, imagine the circumstances, and I imagine me in those circumstances, and I kind of play with it. What I also started to do, which is kind of weird and quirky, is I will run around my apartment saying the lines. This is just to get and like do push-ups and wash my dishes, just so that it becomes kind of part of me. So especially for longer scenes, I also sometimes record the other characters' responses, and I'll be like timing myself to be like, try to fit in the lines. Once I do the audition, I know there's some actors that will, and a lot of people will say that you have to love auditioning because it's performing, right? I still find it so stressful because it's like all the, like, I'm already a overthinker. Like, I'm already like, well, what happens if this goes and this happens? So when you have an audition, I'm just like, well, if I don't do well, then this casting agency will just like, next year I'll see you. Or it's like, this is a really big opportunity, I gotta do well. And so the pressure I put sometimes on myself causes me more stress. But I think I've gotten better a little bit. And so once I audition, you know, you do what you can, you do the best that you can. And then after the audition, I used to be very hard on myself as well and thinking about like, oh, how did I do? Oh, I should have said it like this. Now I go get myself a cookie.
Big one. A big cookie.
Just like
When in doubt.
when in doubt, eat the cookie. If I sucked, I have a cookie. If I did well, it's a gift. I got a cookie.
But you see, we're very judgmental,
Yeah.
right? We're very judgmental on ourselves. And I find walking into an audition room, I find it's based a lot on physical appearance for what they're looking for, depending on your role. But it's also the performance. So if you're being told to do the role a specific way, because sometimes they'll change it up.
Yep.
You'll be dramatic and then they'll say, you got it, you got the gist of it. Now act it as if it was a comedy.
Yeah.
Or that you're, you know, a little lighter with the intonation. You're sitting here like, I didn't practice this. Oh my God. You know?
Well, that's why you have to be like careful to not be over, and that's what I used to be,
Yeah.
over prepared, where you say the lines the way you already envisioned it, and then you're preparing the same way over and over again. So when
Yeah.
they make you change it up, you're just like, can I take like 15 minutes, maybe an hour to just like dissect all that? But yeah, you have to be flexible. You have to be open to the suggestions, and but you have to be prepared. And I think that's one of the things that I learned the hard way, is that sometimes you're like, oh, I kind of know it. Yeah, I understand. I'll be fine. And then you get nervous, and the pressure and the different questions, and sometimes just people throw you off. Even sometimes you get in there and you're like, oh, there's 5 of you.
Yeah, exactly.
Hi, Zoom people. Hi. But even I once had an audition, I remember, in person. This was before COVID, where I walked in and I was like super stressed and I was like nervous, but I was prepared. And I walk in and there's 13 people.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
like,
it can be.
what is happening here? Is this like, am I wearing pants? Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it was very daunting
Intimidating,
and
yeah.
intimidating. And one of the funniest things in that audition, which I'll remember forever, was I finished the audition. I did 2 takes. They liked it. I was like, okay, good. And then somebody goes, so on your resume, it says that you can do accents. And I'm like, oh fuck. Can I swear?
Yeah, of course.
Yes,
Okay.
yes,
It's okay.
yes. It's okay.
Edit that. Beep. And I'm like, oh boy, I don't know which accent did I put, which accent, because nowadays, especially with accents, you can't do certain accents as a white guy. And also, I'm not,
Oh, right.
the dialects are not very, like I can do, as a kid, I thought I was great at it, but not really. And so the person goes, it says you can do a Russian accent. So just read the thing in accent. And I hadn't done a Russian accent except for Oleg in some of the sketches. And I was just like, oh boy, Holodka. Hello there. And I was reading the thing and I did it. And he was like, okay, good. All right, so you do know your Russian accent. Great, good to know. I was like, thank God he didn't say Indian.
Thank God I didn't say anything
Because there was
right?
an Indian accent written in, and I deleted it afterwards because I was like, I cannot do that. And second, then there was like a Scottish accent. I'm like, I don't know. I used to do Austin Powers, which I'm not even sure if it's Irish or Scottish. I don't know.
Wow. But anyways, from what you're saying, like the aspect of the auditioning is really, really heavy and pressuring. But if you can highlight like 2 or 3 aspects that are challenging in this profession. So for sure, one could be auditioning, the stress at least.
Auditioning.
But yeah, but other 2, like that you feel throughout your career, as an actor, like really challenging, like difficult.
I think rejection. I think being rejected so often. Like we audition, again, depending on the person. I audition, I'd say this year was a really good year, thank God, hopefully it continues for me. But auditioning wise, let's say I audition 6 times a month.
Oh,
Very nice. That's
very
good.
nice.
It's not bad. Like this, it's
That's
been
sweet.
fluctuations,
Very
right?
good.
Like
Very
some
nice.
months I did 8, some months I did 2.
Wow.
It really depends, but let's say on average 4 to 6 a month. Now, I booked maybe 3 roles this year. So
Good.
I'm like, oh, thank you.
Awesome. No, thank you. No, but I mean, it's really hard.
No, it is.
hard to
It's-
nail that role.
And again, we don't do this enough. I don't even do it enough. I'm like, oh, I booked 1 role, it's okay. Like we have to take like
The
accept
paspato,
the pat on the backs. But so the rejection of it is that you constantly put yourself out there, and you're 9 out of 10 times, maybe 9.5 out of 10 times, you hear nothing afterwards, and you're like, nope, you didn't get the part. And so I think continuously getting up and being like, I'm a good actor, without knowing, but you also mentioned something, which is the looks, and there's the right fit, right? Sometimes it's about looks, sometimes it's the right fit with another actor, sometimes it's just the color of your hair, because the lead actor is already brown hair, so you're not gonna too many brown hairs, and then there's diversity, and then there's tons of different aspects of the decision that you are out of your control. So rejection to me is one. The other one is instability. It's the complete lack of certainty that the more you do this, you will succeed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I can do this
There's
for
no
30 years.
certainty.
I can do this for 30 years. I can work and train forever and still be at the same point this year, like in 20 years than I am this year. Like I might earn the exact same amount. I may not. Some people get that lucky break. Some people find a niche where they consistently work, like in voice or video games. But Montreal, and just in general, I think as actors, because there are a ton of actors, and I am not the only person that looks like this. I'm sure there's people that resemble me a little bit. It causes this, also the industry and the economy. So the instability of not knowing, and I think as growing up with immigrant parents, it's just like, get some stable work, go to school. And I'm like, but I love to act and play soccer or football. And they're like, the two worst things you could do as a child for your parents that want stability is those like sports, and well, if you're a musician, it's also hard. But anything in the arts and anything in outside of like academic, it's tough challenge. So those are the two things I would say.
And how did you overcome, if you overcome
If you overcame it is not even close. I'm still unstable. I work 9 to 5. I have a full-time job in marketing, so that gives me some peace of mind, because going in, and I totally admire artists who go into auditions or music or any of these types of art forms and like fight for a job. Because to go under that stress of like, I need to get this or I need to get something because otherwise I can't pay my rent is devastating to me, to think that people have to do that. And so I admire people that risk it all. For me, there's the comfort of like, I have a paycheck that comes in. And so going into an audition, even though I put a lot of pressure because I want it, there's less pressure because if I don't get it, well,
you're still gonna eat after,
And
cookie, famous cookie.
Exactly.
At least you can buy it.
Exactly. So it's a cookie I get to eat. But also I like one person, I can't remember who said, some actors, like a famous actor said this. It's like, I think it was Bryan Cranston. Is like, if you think of the audition as before the audition, you didn't have a job. After the audition, you still don't have a job. Nothing changed.
Okay.
The only thing that changed is if you actually booked the job. So if you think of it like that, it's like, well, it's just like the day before was, you had no job. You had no opportunity. Now you have an opportunity. So just trying to keep it that way. But I am very lucky to have a stability in the background. But rejection still hurts. I'm still trauma from it. I still can't ask a girl out because it's afraid of rejection.
It's like an audition.
Yeah, exactly. Every time, like, hi, my name is Nir. I'm represented by.
This was a
Slate your name.
Sorry, yes. I am auditioning for the role of your boyfriend. Hi.
Slate your name and your management.
Would you? And she's like, I want you to be confident and sweet and caring and also a little aggressive, but also a little bit loving, all in the eyes.
This is terrible, by the way.
And that's when the Russian comes out.
The most difficult character to create, what like everyone is waiting for. Like they go with the list of you go to the supermarket, you have a one that, but it doesn't have to smoke, doesn't have to drink, it has to be caring, but not too much, not too sticky, but really there for me, and then like.
Well, I love that. We all have these like lists, like guys and girls. It's like, I want sweet, but I want not too sweet. I want somebody who's like a little bit sour, but also a little bit like aggressive, but less aggressive, but not too aggressive, depending on the
Oh
situation.
my God, it's already stressing,
That's
right?
it, exactly.
You're like,
Terrible.
Did you get all that?
Let me see. It's like when you read the job offer, no? Okay,
Yeah.
so I always skip and I goes like, okay, so yes, what I have to do, I know, but what you want, And then that's exactly.
It's
I have the
pretty
job?
much that. I just want, tell me the salary and where do I sign?
So, I know for a fact you have a roster of work.
The roster?
A roster!
Thank you.
I'm promoting you in here.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
We actors, we stick together. So, what was my question?
There was a roster.
That was improv.
For all you people out there, improv.
There was no script.
No script.
So,
Script.
what? .org.
My pleasure.
www.
There's a lot of pleasure happening in here. Oh my goodness.
Pleasure is good, so.
I guess so, especially when it's big.
Yes, especially on this roster.
Oh boy. This is.
It's a good thing I'm not
I
drinking.
see it at Concordia in
What's
the
in your
class
water?
of
One is in your
section
water.
representation. Naya.
Vodka. Naya vodka.
Naya, but it's the big bottle.
It's a big bottle.
Just say.
It's super
It's not really
sized.
big though.
It's super sized.
Guys. Ooh.
Don't be jealous. Okay. So, if there was ever one role that you would envision yourself to be in, what is that role? Near!
Oh my God.
Can I phone a friend? No.
You have 3 lifelines.
There is. Okay. It's always hard to answer that question specifically, but I have. Okay, I'm going to go with. There's 2 specific things that I've always wanted to do. One of them being to be in a sitcom.
Oh,
Yes.
So
brilliant.
to be in a sitcom, in a long-running sitcom, that's just you go in and just have a blast every day. The second one is to be in an animated
Cool.
Pixar Disney movie, to be like a voice of an animated character.
What character? What would you choose for yourself as an animated
Oh
character?
dear Lord, I did not go that far.
You put your phone in.
Vision.
No.
Envision.
What's that?
Envision.
Envision.
A squirrel.
Squirrel.
So cute.
Sorry. While you're thinking, did you ever see that Emperor's New Groove?
Oh, I love that movie.
He's
I love
talking
that
to squirrel
movie.
squeaking, squeaker,
Squeak,
squeaking.
squeak, 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 squeak. No, I love that movie.
Sorry, go on.
It's a good question. I don't know. I would probably. There's a part of me for some reason that is thinking like of not a panda, but
Bear.
no.
Sloth?
No. Oh, that
A
would be fun.
raccoon?
No. No, I hate raccoons.
I don't know if it's like a
He's
panda.
like-
but,
What? What's the thing?
Lemur?
We're gonna go with a panda, okay? We're gonna keep the panda. Let's stick to panda. They're cute.
Bradipo?
No,
Oh,
but
koala!
koala. That's the one. I like
okay.
how we thought about that, right? They're on the trees.
No,
They're
because
hugging
you're like
the tree.
this. And
I
you're
love
patting
a
them.
koala.
What's a bear? What's a
That's so
bear?
cute.
Right? The koala. I could so.
They're high all the time. They eat opium.
Why not?
No, the
leaves.
eucalypto.
Ah,
It's like a
The bamboo?
Or
Drag
opium.
They eat
them.
Yeah.
They're really high every
Yeah,
time.
they're really high. They say
take
that
it.
if they stop eating them, they become ferocious.
So
Really?
that cools them.
That
off.
cools them.
calms
It sedates them. Yeah.
I could see
Like
that.
you when you don't have chocolate. No, I'm joking.
You know, I'm thinking about them like,
Where's my chocolate, motherfucker?
I get upset.
I want the
Like
chocolate.
Mini Me, remember when he's like down
Oh,
Mini
God,
Me,
Mini
the
Me.
Belgian chocolates? You know, he takes them with a fishing hook. I got me a marlin.
Oh, mini me.
It's good. I look like a marlin. Thanks, Danny.
Marlin?
A marlin.
Where'd that come from?
And
It's Austin Powers.
Oh.
Austin.
guys, too much references.
Yeah.
Stop.
Like, I was thinking, I'm still thinking of the sloth.
Oh, I
One
love
of the
this one.
funniest.
I was saying Bradipos, but it's
Ice
called the
Age.
sloth.
That
Ice
movie
Age.
when he goes
Ice
to the-
Age.
Ice Age.
Age.
Yeah, when
Oh
he
my
goes
God,
to
I
the
love
bank.
That's the one with Scrat. That's with Scrat.
He goes, "We are the weirdest looking
And I
herd
keep
I've ever
asking
seen in
for-
my life."
That
Let
was
me
so
ask
cute.
my friend.
No, that was so cool. That was so
sloth.
Where
cool.
was the movie actually?
Yeah.
That was the whole,
That's
I
it.
don't remember the rest. I don't
Watch 40 minutes and 30 seconds. That's it. That's all
It
you
was
gotta
in
go.
real time. It was in real time.
Big screen.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, you can. No,
Because
no, you
I-
can't.
I
I'm sorry.
have another
No,
question.
get this guy out of here.
Ah.
I don't like him.
Who is he?
Who is he?
Of course.
Is there a way we can get a quick improv with your characters?
Ben le calice, esti, tabarnak.
I'm dying. And you know what? I don't know the etiquette. I don't know about.
What a ticket, esti? There is no ticket, okay? There's a ticket, e-ticket everywhere, okay? We got like, you scan it, and then you go to the parking lot, and somebody will drive with their little scooter and give you your good when you get the e-ticket, okay?
How do you say scooter in French?
Scooter. Scooter. On va scooter, Chris, all the way to the malls. The mail, because apparently the mall is the mail in French.
The mole.
Who knew, hein, Chris? That the mall in English is mail in French. Pourquoi? Mail. Mail in French is
Letters.
le courrier,
Le
Chris.
courrier.
Sacrifice. No makes sense. But that is what I like to be part of the peoples, because peoples make me, better than just sit around with Oleg and Neir, because Chris Neir is always complaining about why I do not speak English properly, and Oleg doesn't understand anything.
Where's Oleg?
Where is Oleg?
I have no idea. I haven't seen him in a while.
I am right here.
Oh,
Are you,
there
are
you
you
are.
blind? Are you blind? Look, I am right here. I love to be in inconspicuous. Is that a word? Like pop out of nowhere and just be like, "Hello, what do you want from me?" I like to be in peace and quiet on my iPad, watching pleasure. Like in place, like your educational content. That is what I like to be on, especially in the bathroom. But then they keep knocking all the time, and Charlie is like, "Get out of there! I'm trying to go. I need pee-pee." And I'm just like, "What? This is my calm zone, like the Zen koala." For me, it is the bathroom on iPad. But now the iPad is old. So I need to get for Christmas Black Friday, which I find very dangerous to say today.
You can never know.
With the climate today, I don't know. We call it Grey Friday.
Cannot offend
You
anyone.
making
not
fun of my
offend-
hair? It's great.
It is grayish.
Great.
Grayish. Ish. Like my dadushka. It's like grayish. That is what I enjoy. But apart from that, I watch hockey, which is very good sport.
Yes.
Team Russia, well, banned from external activity because they cannot play anywhere else because of Russia. Dangerous. But then you have is what I call football. The World Cup is coming up
Yes.
in
Yes.
Qatar.
In Qatar. Yes.
Qatar?
Yes,
Qatar?
Qatar.
Okay, Qatar. We the queue. In the queue.
Yeah, the Q. That
Qatar.
nation that no one
Qatar.
really heard of ever before.
We're just
until the
gonna be
World Cup
there.
came.
It's somewhere in
Qatar.
there in the Qatar. And I am here that Canada made the team.
Yes.
Yeah.
Italy, no.
Italy.
Yeah, I know.
That's crazy though.
That is surprise because Italy always make World Cup except headbutt. That-
Yes.
The headbutt was like significant for Italy, but now Canada could play with Italy. They could be like, "Hey, look, we will champion you,
You have to root
the
for
Italians
Canada
can
then."
join for Canada, no?"
They should cheer for Canada. Well, that's all we have now. So
There's
you
no
go.
other thing to root for, so.
Yes, there is also maple syrup. That is what I root for.
yes.
I came here, maple syrup, delicious.
Everywhere
Can't stop.
maple syrup.
Everywhere.
It's terrible.
It's
I love it.
terribly good. Terribly good. That is like
Chris.
you put it like you said on the crease.
What's
So
it?
the oreille de Chris. The oreille de Chris. But yeah, that is those are the two characters in my head a lot.
That
It's literally.
stays there.
This is me basically at home going like, all right, so what do I get to eat today? Allez, on veut de la pizza, Chris? No, pineapple on pizza again, no. Ananas on pizza. Everybody love ananas.
That's what she said. What? Sorry.
Who Who is she? Who did she? Where is she? I want date. Where?
I'm on date.
I don't tattletale.
Okay. No, but you have tail? Don't tattle the tail?
No, you have another question.
Yes.
Yes.
A quick question. So she asked about what character
Yes.
you would. Okay, but I want to know with whom you would like to act with.
That's a really
What
good
actor?
question. So
I don't know.
I still, as a child, my childhood like crush, I still would love to have to play with in a movie with Kristen Crook or a TV show or Julia Stiles. Those are like my childhood, like, oh my God. But I would love to be on set, even just to watch Leonardo DiCaprio in action.
Really?
Yeah, I think he's phenomenal. I'm trying to think somebody else, like even Robert De Niro has always been somebody that, and Al Pacino, but Tom Hanks. I can name Charlize Theron. Yeah, there's a lot, but
For acting reasons? Sorry.
just for act.
Just for
Oleg would be like, no, for more. I hear she is not married. But yeah, Leonardo DiCaprio would be one of my all-time like dreams to work on something with.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, no, he has that suavity about him. I thought he was great in The Revenant. I don't know, people were
He was great.
mixed about that.
I didn't like the movie.
I would say that.
I could have done it without
I
the
think
bear.
for him, no, for me, I think for him to win that well-deserved Oscar, like when he played, like he acted in besides
Gangs of New York.
Gangs of New York, but also
Aviator.
The Wolf of Wall Street was an amazing movie, and he was exceptional
What's
in that
Eating
movie.
Gilbert Grape?
Yes, he was
Basketball
fantastic.
Diaries, for me, that was one of the first movies I saw him in, and I was like, what is happening in this movie? This kid is insane. He was a kid.
Yeah.
He was
Great.
unbelievable, locked in his room, like crying because he's relapsing, and he's trying to, what's that word? And he was, they weaned him off of the,
Oh, the Basketball Diaries. Yeah,
such
very
a
good.
Which in
powerful
Italian has
scene.
another probably name, so
Yeah,
I
the
cannot.
Basketball Diaries. He was.
I cannot recollect.
I don't know the name in Italian. There's another one that he did that he was really, really good in. I mean, he's done a lot of them, like Man in the Iron Mask, which were less
Terminal,
yeah.
not the Terminal, Catch Me If You Can,
Can.
which I thought was great too.
Yeah,
was really good
I
in
mean,
that.
also he acted with a great director. Was directed like all of them. So I mean,
Come on, it's all about Titanic, man. Come on.
Yeah, the one movie that I was like, no. Like the only
I mean, it
scene
was
I remember
okay.
is the hand that came up during the sex scene where they're like, and
when he painted her, right?
but I
Actually,
mean,
it wasn't
everyone
him.
has.
It was actually James Cameron.
who painted?
Yep. He's the actual person, James
painted
Cameron,
her?
the director who drew her. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. he
Look at
did it.
this. I did not know this.
Yeah, it was actually James Cameron because he's an artist.
Movie trivia. Look at that.
Look at that.
She nailed the movie trivia.
Actually, before we continue, I'd like to do a game first.
It's terrible, huh?
The way it's clean, well, kinda. Well, it
I
depends.
love the
okay?
game.
Okay.
Everybody loved the game.
We love
Yeah.
the game.
Explain the game.
Explain the game.
It's called Rapid Response.
Rapid, how rapid?
Fait que,
Super rapide,
et c'est
ok.
comme, il faut rapider la réponse. là.
Okay.
Il faut
Faster than Bolt of the Usain.
Oui,
Ok.
effectivement.
Usain
Fait que,
Bolt.
là, comme la lumière, tu sais. La
Usain
lumière.
Usain Bolt, let's
it's
go.
supposed to go fast.
Super fast. Les
Yes,
fast.
like
Scooter, les scooters. Les scooters.
Like a
So-
hoverboard.
Okay,
You're gonna see an example.
I cannot understand anything you're saying. So great.
You're gonna see an example. I'm gonna ask them here first.
'Kay.
You'll see how they respond. It's basically I ask these
Stupid, like a stupid response.
Yeah, I came up with them.
It's not rapid. The response is stupid. Stupid response.
Lisa's dumb questions.
Yeah, and then and I'm gonna ask Francesca first.
Yeah.
Name 3 things you do in a car. Talking about Titanic. It's like she knew what we were gonna talk about.
Currently, I listen to music and sing, but because back in the past, like. No, but anyway, currently, so listening to music, swearing against other people, swearing
Yeah.
in Italian against other
Everybody does
people,
that, yeah,
yes.
sure.
It's fair.
And what I'm doing, I'm just like thinking about my future.
Oh.
I thought you were gonna say driving.
No, that I don't.
That's
usually-
mine. Way to go, near.
No, because I don't drive. I have a Uber or. I'm joking. I do drive too, but I don't actually pay attention to that. To my future. So if I don't die, that's what I do. I think about my future, which is never gonna happen
Lisa.
if I die. But
3 things I do in a car. I fix my makeup. I adjust my mirrors.
Adjust your mirrors.
I adjust my
Mirrors.
mirrors. Yeah, my mirrors. You adjust your mirrors.
see, okay, I
No?
don't drive.
Don't drive.
Mirrors in the car.
You vacuum? Vacuum the car?
I clean. Yeah.
Clean the car?
I keep my tires in there
You
all
keep your
summer.
tires in
I keep them tires.
still there?
They're
That's
still
already-
there.
Her tires are, like the whole season.
Yeah.
Yeah, she literally.
In the back seat?
Yeah.
No, in my trunk.
Okay, at least
But
it's
how
covered.
can you?
Yeah, how
you
big is
have
your
enough?
car?
Yeah,
What is it?
you have
A
two.
Yukon?
It's actually the smallest car you can get.
A Yaris? I have a Yaris.
No, it's
A Yaris. See,
it's
I
in
used to
that.
have a Yaris
it's
in
the
Italy.
best fucking car. You
Yeah, it's
park it
amazing.
right in the middle of anything downtown. Like I can fit in between like a scooter and a bicycle. So
It's an accent.
Oh my god, okay.
What is that?
an accent.
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 Hyundai?
Yes.
The Honda.
Hyundai? Or is
Yeah.
that
Hyundai.
is it Hyundai?
Hyundai.
Hyundai.
Oh,
Hyundai.
I actually got cast in a Hyundai commercial and then they canceled it.
No.
So the ups and downs. I was like, it was for a hockey commercial. It was going to be like the Canadians or something for NHL, like the playoffs or the beginning of the season. And so I was like, all I had to do was just celebrate. So I celebrated. I even put a bunch of popcorn in a bucket, and then I celebrated. I threw it up in the air, and I had to clean my entire apartment afterwards. And I was in New York at my brother's, and I get an email saying you booked it. I'm like, ah! And then I come back. I'm like, so when's the shoot? Oh, next week we'll know. A week later, when's the shoot? They canceled it.
Oh,
Sad though.
no.
That's it. I'm selling all the Hyundais.
One day.
Near, now it's up to you.
It's
The
up to me?
pressure. The pressure's on you.
Can I not repeat what they said?
Oh
It's a different
we're
question.
Oh,
we're
different
asking
question,
this-
okay.
Yeah.
Here we go,
It's
here we
your
go.
own question. Okay, please note Lisa wrote these. Name 3 things you shouldn't do with a golf club.
Beat somebody
What do you mean?
with the golf
No,
club.
that's the first answer to what you should
Oh,
do.
you was, okay. Jesus. Positive.
We are all switched the country.
Woo! Okay, or you got hit by a golf club. Dig a hole.
Bury someone.
Sing karaoke with it.
In the middle of the. While you're hitting a hole.
Going with that.
Answers.
I like the thinking.
There you
All
go.
right.
Lisa first now.
Okay.
Lisa first.
Lisa first. I ask you because she already knows the question. So
Oh,
it's kind of
my
correct, but
lord.
it's okay.
It's okay. You can ask Francesca first.
Okay, name Lisa first. Name 3 things you would never find in your house. No, you would never want to find in your house.
Oh, that's different. That would be
A
different.
burglar.
What's a burglar?
A burglar.
A burglar.
Yeah,
Okay, a burglar.
A butler. No, I'd love to have a butler in my house.
I always have bottles in my house.
Bubbles.
Boobless.
Who?
Boobless.
Boobless?
Bubbles.
Oh.
I think I pictured it already.
Okay, so I am, a burglar, a snake.
Ugh.
Snake.
Yeah, I wouldn't find that on
This is when you do need a golf.
the golf club.
Yeah, exactly.
And an alligator.
Oh, you went on the
You know
animal
that I
side.
was
Koala.
thinking about that and I said, I'm going to say
An
that I don't want to find
alligator.
a crocodile.
Going.
What
didn't
is
say
different
crocodile,
between
'cause I said
crocodile and
alligator.
alligator?
What's that?
Oh, you saw that
Very
one?
minor.
Isn't it female and male?
No,
I don't
No?
think so.
Isn't the male?
It's something super minor, and I really don't know what it is.
the
Me
nose.
neither.
It's
crocodile?
See you later, alligator. In a while.
Maybe it's
That's
a
the difference that I
synonym.
know.
Synonym. Like it doesn't.
It's
It's
the
not.
nose.
It's not a synonym.
No,
Apparently,
alli-
they're 2 separate animals.
Yes.
Ah.
But I think it's a female or a male. But maybe not.
I don't
I'm,
know.
No
who
idea.
knows?
It
No
could
clue.
be. It could be.
I
So
don't
can
know.
you repeat again the
Google.
Turned
question?
into Wild Kingdom.
Google.
Name 3 things, Francesca, you would never want to find in your house.
Cockroaches?
Oh,
Cockroaches,
yeah.
That I would really leave the house right away, sell it or change the rent.
Burn it.
Like,
no, but they
really,
survive.
They do.
Yeah, because
Actually, it happens.
I lived in Milan, and I remember one day I woke up and I was in the bathroom and I saw this big thing coming, and then I couldn't sleep for 5 days.
Oh.
Because
Did you stay in the bathroom though?
I just
Like you
stayed
saw
there.
it, you're like,
No, after I put like everything, closed all the holes in the bathroom. But then I found one in my room. I mean, it was terrible. So this is one thing I could ever like. The thieves, which is
Yeah.
a burglar. Yeah, for sure. I don't really want to like finding someone. Yeah.
Nope.
And another thing that I don't really want to see fire.
Yeah. Yeah.
Gotcha.
These are really like I'm always scared.
When I was a
I
kid, there was
check
fire in my
every
house.
time.
how bad?
It wasn't that bad. It was just in the garage, but I remember the panic because I was a kid, like 5 or 6, and I was having a nap. My mom put me to sleep for a nap like in the afternoon, and I just remember the yelling and my mom grabbing me and my dad grabbing me and running out of the house.
Yeah,
I
it's
remember
just,
waiting
the
outside
fire
for the
is very
firemen came.
scary, yeah, guys.
Actually, funny story. I was driving back home once, and a neighbor on one of the streets. I'm walking, and I just see smoke, dark smoke. I'm like, there's something
Yeah.
weird with that. So I ring it. I'm like, okay, this guy, I don't know, man. I ring the doorbell, and he opens the door. And fucking, the minute he opens the door, there's smoke, black smoke. I'm like, dude, I don't know if you realize, the fucking house is on fire. Some Italian man. He's like, no, I'm doing peppers in the fireplace.
Oh my
I'm
God.
like, dude, your fireplace is on fire. No, you're exaggerating. I'm like, no, I know that. That ain't fucking. That's not peppers cooking. That's
Oh, no.
something's on fire in his fireplace. And he had no idea. He would have kept going, smoking, and I just see the wife. We're like, hey, it's a bit smoky. Called the ambulance, not the ambulance, but the firemen. They came, they surrounded, they had to go in the chimney. It was like really bad.
And then he's like, what about my peppers? What about my peppers?
Let me just get the peppers out. Get out of here.
Are they still good to eat?
It's crazy. Anyway.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
no, fire is crazy.
What?
Okay, so now, Near, the next question
Oh,
is for
all right,
you.
let's go.
You. It's auditioning this.
Name 3 celebrities you'd want to go on a road trip with. Oh, good one.
Road trip.
Love it.
Yeah. Near, I'd like to go on a road trip with Near.
I'm like all three.
Oleg.
All three, yeah, Oleg and Charlie every day. Ooh, that's a good question. Ooh, I'm gonna go with 3 celebrities. Shit. I don't know why I'm blanking on which. First one that came to mind was Seth Rogen for some reason.
Yeah, that's
Oh
great.
wow,
That's
that's a nice
That was the
answer.
first one that came to mind. Second one, I would say. I don't know. Okay, it's because it popped in my head and I'm just letting out words. Not even. I probably would not want this, but Mariah Carey, because I think it's Christmas. I think this is why right now
You
she's
did
in my
a
head.
video.
I
You
did.
did a video
I
right
did.
now, no?
Yeah, because everybo's like, "All I want for Christmas."
It's better than say Kim Kardashian. So it's
Oh no, I would not. No. Who else would I want? Like that's a good question, man.
a man.
Oh man, I was
Oh
gonna say
man.
what?
Oh man.
Man.
Oh man. I don't
So
know.
pronounce that Rogan and Mariah Carey.
Yeah,
I
man.
feel like
And a man, just a man.
Just a man.
I don't know why I'm completely blanking. I probably would like.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
No,
With
The
Oleg.
Rock.
The Rock.
Oh my
Come on.
god,
Rock.
there'd be no room in your car, man.
Yeah, no, not
I
in my
think
Yaris. He'd carry my Yaris. He'd be like, "We're going on a road trip."
It must be very nice though, as a person. Always
He
seems
looks.
like
He looks like a nice
He's the
guy.
best.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the best.
But I like how all of us as like celebrities or people that are close to celebrities, we're like, he's such a nice guy. He looks like such a nice guy.
Right.
And then like you meet them in person and they're like,
Right.
hey, fucking clean my shoe, bitch. like, and I've seen like you're on set sometimes and you see people's like personality of
Yeah.
it. But I'm just like it's like people think like they know people so
I
like
know.
personally like, oh, Seth, such a nice guy.
They've
Such a
mastered-
nice guy.
They've mastered the art of I don't want to say fooling people.
Perception?
But they know, perception, because they know when cameras are on and off, and they really know where. Like, you know who's one like that? DJ Drogba. He's a world-class footballer.
Oh yeah,
I'm
DJ.
not saying he's an asshole. He's
I
not.
don't know.
But he's, this I know because with the Impact, I know a lot of people that work there that have played for them, and he was an Impact player. And one of the actual coaches told me, no, he's not that he's a bad guy, but he shows that, you know, it's his main goal. In the public eye, he knows how to, when the camera's on, he knows what to say, how to say it. And then an hour later, he'll probably be in his room with like 5 different women. You know what I mean? He'll show the family in the picture with the kids. And then the next picture is like completely off. But he knows how. He's mastered the media.
Well, that's the thing. And I think we all see what they or what we want to see, because if you like an actor or a professional athlete or whatnot, you always
project
and even if they've done something bad, you're like, nah, it's the media, they've ruined them. But I think we just like, we want the best of who we admire to be the right people, right? Like I look at Leonardo DiCaprio and I think in my head that he's a good guy. Like he does a lot for charity, for the environment,
for the sharks. You have a foundation for the sharks.
Yeah, he seems like a great guy. But
they have
who knows?
Their publicist says, dude, you got to do at least 4 things that make you look good. You know?
But that's it. Like, we don't know. Like, at the end of the day, we don't know if they really give a shit about it or they don't.
The Rock, actually, because you mentioned it, because I was a wrestling fan before.
Me too.
I follow my wrestling big time.
Me too. I remember
And he knows his roots. Like, he's not on camera. Because most people say, you're a wrestler. He's the first one to say, if it wasn't for wrestling, I wouldn't be acting.
Yep.
If it wasn't for my childhood. And when he goes to Hawaii, because he's a Hawaiian, when he goes, he walks in the street as if nothing. Like, he just goes to see his mom in the little house. And
Keanu Reeves.
Oh yeah, everybody like
humble.
See, but like Keanu Reeves is another example, and
this is built a lot.
But he's gone to he's on a subway and he goes on regular subway rides.
So many pictures of him.
And you're like, he's just a nice, decent guy. And then you have Matthew Perry last week who decided to go. I don't remember exactly what he said, but he said something about like how he wished Keanu Reeves was the one who died instead of somebody that passed from cancer or something. And it was part of like his memoir, and it was a flippant kind of response of, I guess that's how he explained it afterwards. He was like, I was just saying it. Why did it have to be this person? Why couldn't it just be Keanu Reeves? So he kind of threw it, but people got mad because they're like, you can't insult Keanu.
The immortal man, like it never changes.
No. And he went, like Matthew Perry went from like up here in like the quickest drop in like a day. He was like, oh, he went through a rough time. It was, he overcame addiction. And then Keanu. It's like,
killed him.
Fuck his addiction to overcoming. No, Keanu. You're like, that's like, he's still done a lot. Like, give him some praise.
It's crazy.
Okay, Lisa and Francesca.
Oh, let's go.
You, Francesca.
Francesca, name 3 things you always forget.
I forgot. Fuck. Oops. That's one.
What did you say?
That was good.
The F word.
Oh.
So I forgot I couldn't say. That's one. What else? I always forgot. Oh my God. I forget. I mean, I'm very good. My memory is really, really strong. So it's really hard. I forget something. And also that I always forget. Let's say that I'm a maniac, like I check 3,000 times my house before I leave.
Oh.
So it's really hard. I forget something.
Yeah. Okay.
So I don't know. I really don't know.
Names?
Oh, yeah. I'm terrible with names.
Yeah.
And also another thing that I'm terrible is like faces of people, because I can tell you like in years what someone was wearing.
Oh, really?
Literally, yeah.
Wow.
Can describe the situation where it was drinking, wearing stuff. But then the face, so I'm always terrified, because it's as if I witness like a killing or something, and they're gonna, ask me.
So morbid.
Eyebrow fall off and his fucking ear.
I know what he ate.
And what did the guy look like?
I know he had a sandwich with some cheese, but I can't remember his face. It was blurry.
It was wearing like, a black shirt with like black shoes, were this brand, that stuff, this, but then the face, like, when they have the sketches. So how can you describe? Like, I remember I thought one of my best friend has blue eyes. At the end of the day, one day, they asked me what color is his eyes, and I said, I have no idea. It's not even that I have a wrong idea. I just don't know.
I know red shirt, no face.
Yeah, that's very good. I remember exactly. Like, I don't know when.
That's really good, though, to have that kind of memory,
Lisa-
but except for the face. But like,
Lisa, rapid response?
I suck at names.
For me, it would be numbers, because I rely a lot on the phone in memory. So if you ask me what's my phone number, I'm like,
Your phone number.
no, but somebody, even my phone number. I'll sit there.
I was like,
after
you
for a
don't
while,
remember
I'm
your
like,
own phone number?
Yeah, well, I don't call myself. So
You don't?
You liar. I've seen you call
Fair.
yourself.
It's
You
fair.
don't?
I don't.
You don't
I
call
wanna
the
be
other
important.
self?
What are you doing tonight? I don't know.
What do I forget? I forget the due date of bills.
That's a good one.
That's
say,
heavy
that's a
though.
good one.
Because no,
So bad
because-
for your the people that you owe.
That's why I don't know anybody. Because I don't pay out because, well, I don't pay out. I don't
Yeah.
pay people. I pay one of my bills. And I always get it. That's why I need notifications. Don't forget it. Yeah, I have different dates for everything. So it doesn't work. And what else do I forget? I forget to gas my car.
You forget.
Really?
To gas your car?
I always leave it close to E.
Really?
Yeah.
For me, when it goes one, just not
Stressful.
even one under the half, I start
Stress.
stressed. So I have to put it right away, which makes me actually save a lot of money because I never have to put the entire fuel, you know?
No, but me, I was in
The
traffic
entire, how do you
today.
say, when you do el piano, when you put everything, like when you...
Fill the tank?
Right.
Your question.
The piano. I was like, what piano?
What piano?
Here, once
Il
again.
piano, which means
Oh,
fill the tank.
Okay.
No, but I was in traffic today and it was almost on E.
What's
I
it?
started feeling the
E is empty.
So you get stressed.
Well, yeah, if I have no gas and I'm in the middle of
But
it.
then why don't you gas before?
Because I
She
didn't think I
forgot.
needed to at the time.
She's like, I love this game.
Love this game, the Seinfeld episode.
Yeah, I love
many
this
times
game.
did it
Oh my God, it's E.
Near this
Yes.
one, I'm going to preface again because Lisa wrote this.
Okay.
What are
Hey.
3 different names for your bottom?
My bottom.
Other than ass.
Tush tush.
Tush, tush, that's a good one.
It's Q. It's Q. Pum pum.
Bum,
Boom.
All right, that works.
So it's
Everybody
a word. Check out my pum pum.
Next time you're with someone, just
I'll be like,
stem down, bum, bum.
j'aime ton est pum pum.
Oh my God. No, don't say that, by the way.
You are still single, yeah.
There is a reason.
There is a reason. She figured it out.
I just got the sign that we're done.
What? We're done?
What?
Yeah, we're done
We're done?
already.
That's enough.
How'd you get a sign? What was it?
Vanny,
Oh, the
Vanny
astrological.
waved to me.
Oh, I thought
He
it was an
waved.
astrological.
Ah, I thought you were just, hey, bye, how
Yeah.
are you doing?
You know, you guys always ignore me every other time I wave to you guys, but now you pay attention, so I'm just going to do it over and over again.
The pum pum. The pum pum's gotta go.
Actually, we forgot to introduce your podcast, by the way, at the
No, it's
beginning.
coming up. Yeah, it's coming.
Yeah.
No, first we have to find out where we find
We
here.
will, but
Important.
some of us are so pushy.
Well, you know,
First, he's waving at me
Don't
to
be
end the
anxious.
thing.
I'm anxious. I
Anxious.
got my ass.
See, he
And
sees
your
the,
pum
No, your
his
pum
thing
pum.
is his pum pum and it sees the E. He's like, "Arr, we gotta go.
Bum, bum.
So, Nir,
Yes.
let us know where we can find you besides this chair. Where can we find you?
Because it's only tonight. So.
I can't leave. You can find me on the Instagram under Near Guzinski.
Did you just say you can buy me?
You can find me.
Oh, okay.
You
But
can
you
buy
can
me.
even
You can buy
buy-
me if
Depends
you're.
who's buying,
Yeah,
yeah.
depends who's buying. If
You
you're a
can buy
brand,
him.
why not? Sure.
His
Leonardo
body parts.
DiCaprio. Instagram, my pum pum. Instagram, I think it's a near underscore Guzinski. Then you have TikTok, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, website. You can check me out, and you can also. Well, no, it's sold
All
out.
of the same name, right?
Yes,
all of them.
most of them are like you just put near Guzinski, you'll find a version of me.
Okay.
Bless you.
Thank you.
And yeah, and I was gonna say you can find us on December 4th on a show, live show that we're doing, but it's sold out, so sorry. But yeah, we're doing a live show, myself and Michelle Furtado, who's also a really great content creator on TikTok and a stand-up comedian in Montreal. And we're doing a live sketch comedy show to raise money for the Children's Hospital.
Oh,
Where's
nice.
that going to be held?
It's gonna be at the Diving Bell on Saint Laurent,
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. December 4th, right?
December 4th.
Amazing.
So yeah, we're terrified.
Wow.
Wow.
It's the first,
Like, if we know you, is there any ways you can...
we're trying to see if we can get extra tickets because we sold out. So and like the venue already told us that there's a max for also
capacity, yeah.
for
Yeah.
like the fire code. So we just have to see
Oh,
what
they
we can.
actually follow. It's like the weirdest thing. Most venues like, yeah, whatever, we'll figure something out. They're putting chairs outside to make more room.
We opened a few windows. So that's coming up for December, so I'm excited about that. And that's pretty much it. And hopefully, if you missed, you could see me on Transplant, episode 1, season 3. I was on that, and I was on a Lotto Quebec commercial recently. So I'm plugging myself really big here.
Good.
Oh wow, yeah, you have to.
And if ever the movie comes out, Misanthrope, I don't know if they're coming out. Release it, for crying out loud. It's with Shailene Woodley and Ben Mendelsohn.
Oh, so cool.
And there's a movie for Christmas, maybe Nickelodeon Snow Day. I play a small role as a teacher.
Cool.
Nice.
But that's nice.
Yeah, it's been a good year.
Good.
Let's keep it
Awesome.
going.
Yes. So thanks so much, Nir, for coming on.
And I'm still single. No.
Thank you.
Thank you
So
so
the
much.
movie comes out.
Thank you so much, honestly, for having me. This was really fun.
It was fun. It was really, really
And
good.
I should do it again.
Yes,
Yay.
absolutely. We can have you as a.
I'll bring
recurring-
Oleg for the entire time.
Awesome.
That's great. We're in.
Sure.
Bring
No
it, bring
problem.
it. So we'd like to thank you for coming on. Also, we'd like to thank our sponsors again, Paul's Pretzels in Vaudreuil. Guys, don't forget, we were talking about it for the first half hour, about
Pretty
the
much.
pretzels. And also Nettoyage Diamant, thank you both for the sponsorship.
Thank
we
you
truly,
so
truly
much.
appreciate it. Guys, stay tuned for our brother podcast. He's coming up, Sessions with Steph. Well, he's not coming up now because you won't see him, but you'll probably see him like in a week.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's.
Yeah.
Yes.
We
Every
roll-
week,
we
every
roll
Wednesday
it.
Something comes out. Let's
We
knock
roll
out.
it.
Or
We roll it.
sessions.
That's it. That's how we roll.
Always.
So, guys, stay tuned for that. Watch us on YouTube, Spotify, Google Podcast, Apple Podcast, Facebook.
Through the window of your home, we're there.
Yeah,
Like
with light,
creepy,
no light.
sneaky.
Yeah,
We're not burglars.
Burglars or
Burglars.
snakes,
or
With
bargains.
alligators,
alligators.
koala. I mean,
Don't eat so many opium leaves. Oh, I couldn't even say that. Opium.
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 Thank
It's
you.
okay.
thank
We
you,
stay
thank
calm.
you,
Thanks
thank
so
you.
much, guys.
Bye.
See you next time.